Morning. Good morning. You didn't have your RGGL or the coffee? Anyways, my honor to introduce my friend. He's got a huge profile, which I just saw with all the testimonials from big companies like Toyota, Suzuki. DXN is also there. And I know some of the top organization in Pakistan, like Aga Khan Hospital, which is American Pakistani hospital where he had been training people on a regular basis, and where he's working right now, which is PIA, which is the national carrier. He's working as an instructor as well as teaching people. So you can read all that, but I will do a more personal introduction. So I'll just leave that thing. I'll just take a few minutes, because it's very important to know who Athar Sajid is. You know, when you go to the academy, you're not dressed up like that. You are in your, like a cadet's training with shorts and t-shirts and those runners, and you're running from morning till evening, doing all kinds of stuff. And that was the time that I met Athar in 1975. That's exactly 40 years. So our relationship is 40 years old. So it is a very rich experience. So we went through our aeronautical engineering degree. We played and we worked and we learned together. And our first posting came in Peshawar. After you get commissioned as an officer and you're supposed to do some, whatever you have learned into the field. And we went to Peshawar. That is our first posting. And he was my roommate. So you can well imagine, roommate means in one room you got one guy there. And we have done a lot of things together. And the good thing that I found, a lot of good things, there is a big change. His background education, Salim was asking, do you know him from primary school or something? I said, no, I don't know him from primary school, but one of our very prestigious boarding school, it is called Hassan Abdal. I don't know, Pakistani people know about it. The top leaders and educators, he came out from that institution. And God knows that for 7-8 years he must have studied before he joined Air Force. And that was the time that I joined from the civil sector. And this is like a military academy training. So he's a very, very disciplined person. And the change that I saw, and he talks about change, he talks about attitude, there is a big change. And whatever we are doing in DXN life, you are walking in a direction like that. You can be a doctor like Dr. Ranjan, cardiologist, or Professor Vasupal with economics degree, or you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, you're a laborer, or you are a, whatever you are, you have to make a 180-degree turnaround to do DXN. This, you have to leave, like he said, the ego, you have to leave it out. Similarly, in DXN, whatever your education is going to help you, but don't put that thing in front. And what he did was, in Air Force, it's all engineering, and in those who are with the military or Air Force, the background is a lot of yes, sir, and do this thing, and ordering and all that. That thing just came out the moment we became civilian. We did serve for about 20 years in the Air Force, but then he transformed his life. And that big change, when he told me that I'm doing this, motivational speaking, and I'm doing mentoring to big organization, huge organization he's doing. And I was so happy to see that. So without further ado, let's welcome Athar Sajid Ali Khan.
Thank you very much. I think I am not worth it. I already have tears in my ears, my eyes. I get emotional. I might well be very tall, but from my heart, I'm very soft. People tell me, how have you come in this business? How have you achieved these things? I say, probably I was always like this. I get emotional. And I'll tell you, some of the art of public speaking, that's the first thing I'm going to start with you. I have been under, my training for this last 2 days for such wonderful people. I have my tribute for them, which I'm going to present to them today. But remember, 3 principles of public speaking. If you want to be leaders, you must know the art of public speaking. For students, when I get to them, I tell, remember, when you go for an interview, how can you get an added advantage? All those students who have learned how to stand on their 2 feet and they talk, they are the ones who they get an advantage. They get an unfair advantage. If you want to get this unfair advantage for yourself, when you communicate as a leader, you must know how to talk. With all due respect to my seniors and my leaders of this organization here, I say public speaking has always been the skill of the prophets. Dr. Asma, what I have said? What I have said? What I have said? You see, this is what happens. Most of you are somewhere else. No, I'm just saying, this is the quality of the humans to be here yet at many, many places. Public speaking has been the skill of the prophets. God used to send them. People used to leave their past and used to follow them. How? Why? 3 principles. 3 principles of public speaking, the foundations. Ethos. I would like you to repeat what I have said. Ethos. Come on, speak up. Ethos. Pathos. Logos. It's logos. So what is ethos? Anyone? Ethos is driven from what Dr. Asma has just said, from ethics. Ethics. Ethics is basically the character. The character. What you are talking about, you must know what you are talking about. I am not a doctor. I train the doctors at the Pakistan's top hospital. How come? After my talk, my general talk is not less than 4 hours, by the way. I'm not taking your 4 hours. I assure you. I've been told when I'll be left with 10 minutes, what will happen, so I have to wind up. I will wind up. So first principle is ethos. So the doctor asked me, how do you know so much about this profession? I said, ma'am, for this 3-hour session, I have prepared for 100 hours. Minimum 100 hours I have prepared. That's why I can speak for 3 hours, and all of you doctors sitting here, you have all your eyes open. So remember, the first principle is, whatever you are going to speak, you must know what you are speaking. Do a lot of effort on this. Second principle was pathos. What is it? No pathos. Pathos. Yeah, you must give it a tone. I'll tell you how communication takes place. So what I have just said, what is the second pillar? Pathos. It is driven from empathy. We had somebody who talked about empathetical, this talking. Yeah, Laszlo. So what is empathy? Empathy is emotional involvement with your participants and with yourself. I honestly get emotional. I cry at times. I cried virtually yesterday when I was standing in such big stars, day before yesterday. And when Salim introduced me, I said, I'm not worth it. I am not worth it. Tears were in my eyes. When I came here, I am not worth it. Whatever Fatmi has just said, I'm a very humble man. I try to be humble. Okay. So this, unless you are emotionally involved with your people, you will never have the effectiveness. Never. And the third thing is logos. Any input for logos? Logic. What is it? Logic. What is logic? Logic is an orderly presentation of information. What is it, Ata? He took my interview for about 1.5 hours when I was traveling. We talked about all these things. So it is the orderly presentation of information, logos. There are 3 principles of logic. Every talk what you do must have an introduction. After introduction, you must give your body, that's a matter which you want to deliver. And in the end, must conclude. This we call as orderly presentation of information. This is logic. So if you're standing on these 3 principles, you will succeed like anything because you are following the prophets. What did I tell you yesterday, how to clap? No. Rise. I want all of you to rise, please. If you want to really appreciate yourself, not me, how do you do it, Hassan? How do you do it? Thank you very much. So from today onwards, you will always appreciate your leaders. You are appreciating yourself. That is the first principles. Okay, here we start. The first thing I'm going to do, I was told that I must do an exercise. I've done a lot of exercise yesterday also. I swam for about half an hour. But I was thinking how to make you exercise. So now remember, since yesterday I'm seeing many people. Okay, many people. They're working on, small groups sitting there. They're talking among themselves. In spite of people saying, she. Still talking. I am also one of them. This is what happens. So for this time, I would like just to start from number 1 here, and let's keep on counting how many we are. Loudly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 50. I would like to start as 1 to 10, and after 1 to 10, again we start a cycle of 1 to 10. And remember your word. Remember your letter. This is an exercise. No, ये रह गया 7, 8, आप Zaman sir? No, you are 9. 10, okay. 1, 2. Sir. आप sir. ये आपका हो गया नहीं हुआ है? आपका हो गया है. So we go to the next level. 5, 6. बोले अपना नंबर 8. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6. So the last group is of 6. I would like all of you, all 1s to get on this table, all 2s to get on this table, all 3s, all 4s, all 5s, all 6, all 7. Change your groups. Right now. Please go ahead. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, please. Be quick. Now let me tell you, this is a presentation of international forum. All of you have somebody with whom you have not interacted. And I'm pretty sure in last 3 days also, you don't know many people. After this exercise, you will know more people. You will find. So the initial essence of this exercise are 2. I will request you to please rise again. You are required to actually fake a smile. Fake a smile. If you don't like also, still fake a smile and say, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Fake a smile and shake hands. One on your right and one on your left. Shake hand. मुस्कुराएं, मुस्कुराएं. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Now I would like you to kindly just remember what you were feeling and do a small audit of your body and your mind, how you are feeling now. You're feeling good? Yes. So let's give a big hand to everybody. Thank you very much. Okay. I hope you're out of your comfort zones now. So none of you is going to actually now talk around and be comfortable here. Okay, now we are going to have a learning session. Okay? Okay. Now what it is? We have already done this. Now it is one world, one product, one smile. Okay. I would like the first thing to start off. I have been blessed to be here for now the third day. I think it is not justified if I don't actually give my tributes to the trainers who are here. So let me tell you who all we were there. We all know. Let's give a big hand for all of them who are coming. Professor, I would like you to rise, please. Professor. Professor Vashupal. Thank you. Now we have Dr. Ratna Vashupal. Mr. Laszlo Kosko. He's not here, no problem. We want to give our tributes to Mr. Hassan Khateri. Then to Dr. Ranjan. Mr. Osler Sir Thomas. Mr. Fatmi Ghani. Dr. Asma Munir. And we have Dr. Rajesh Savera. Thank you very much. Thank you much for sharing my respects and tributes with all of them, and all of you are, I'm extremely obliged. But we need to see what happened which brought them here. So it may be a surprise for you too, sir, all of you. But I have done dissection, sorry, not digestion. Okay, dissection. I'm not doctor. Okay, now let's see what was the reason that they have reached here. That is why, and how. Let's see. Dr. Vashupal, it was his luck. Am I right, sir? When you entered? Am I right, sir? Somebody came and talked to you? And then what is next one? With Dr. Ratna Vashupal, hard luck. She was the wife of Dr. Vashupal. Am I right, ma'am? Hard luck. And what happened with Mr. Laszlo Kosko? It was his desire. Now remember, these are all the parameters which you have to bring into your lives. Luck does play a very important role. Hassan Khateri, why? Why? How can it happen? How? Right, Dr. Ranjan is the friendship which brought him. You must cherish your friendships. Treasures exist there. Your friendships are your treasures. Now, what happened with Oslo Sir Thomas? It was poverty. Don't worry if you are living in poverty today. Your tomorrow is bright. You have seen this, you have seen these examples in your lives. Mr. Fatmi Ghani, he was diseased. He had his stomach holding all the time. Now he's a free man. He is a free man. So there has to be basically a trigger in your life. We call this in our profession, we call this as basically the point of incidence, the point which has brought you out from this. You have to discover that. Okay, then Dr. Asma Munir, it was hope. Am I right, doctor? And then Dr. Rajesh Shavera, it was his dissatisfaction with homeopathy or whatever he was doing. Am I right, doctor? So these are the factors we need to understand. Okay, these are the factors, and there may be others also. But the issue is, there has to be some force which is driving you. So I'm going to put some more driving force into you with my experience. I'm a master trainer. I train the trainers. I train the trainers that what are the rules for trainers. My basic objective is, you must understand, why do you do what you do? Why? Why people do like this? What is happening in their lives? Why are they still, playing with their mobiles instead of living in an international scenario? They're still playing ding, 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 ding. And there are people who are busy. They don't even know what is going on. They're still, texting. Because they're not here, they're somewhere else. My friend on your left, ma'am. Can I have your name, ma'am? Next. And what is the left hand of Iman? Oh, difficult to understand English, then it's okay with you. I must be talking Greek then. No problem. You can explain to her. Okay? Now let's see what's going on. We are talking about achieving excellence in life. In DXN, we want to achieve excellence. Otherwise, in life also. Thank you, sir. But what is excellence? How you approach the excellence? Approaching the excellence, you have to basically focus on small issues. No big issues. It says, if you're going to achieve excellence in big things, as Dr. Ratna said, it's only 40 people. And now they are virtual, about 2.5 million people, ma'am. Remember, an effective leader focuses on small issues of 40 people, out of which 22 are performing, and they've converted to 2.5 million people. I think Dr. Ratna needs big hand. So it says, you have to develop the habit in little matters. Right now. Don't look at your mobiles. Capture the moment. It is 11 a.m. at Grand Mercure, sitting in a DXN conference. Athar Sajid and 50 plus participants. This is life. This is life. And I tell people, this is the time, this is the place, and I am the person. And I would like all of you to rise and share with me for yourself. What is life? Please rise. All of you are going to say to yourself, and you're going to do it the way I am doing it. I say, what is life? You're going to say, this is the time, this is the place, and I am the person. So what's life? I am the person. Thank you very much. So if you learn to capture the moment, if you can learn to capture the moment right now, I say when you capture the moment, you capture the minute. When you capture the minute, you capture the day. When you capture the day, you capture the week, and then the month and the year. And that's why you start writing your own life history. When you capture the moment, you write a word of your life. When you capture the minute, you write the line of your life. When you capture the week, you write a paragraph of your life. And when you capture the month, you write a chapter of your life right now. So all of you must learn to write your own life. If you start writing your life, DXN will automatically flow with your lives. So capture the moment. What you are doing, do the best. When you get up in the morning, dress the best. When you meet somebody, meet with the best. You know, all this best is writing your story. Don't you want to live, even if DXN is not there, at least your life is being written. Why should you just script it out so people should see it and throw it away? No, I write my life. And this is what you're going to do. Capture the moment. The way it is happening, it will happen like this. So you have to, it's not an exception. It is your prevailing attitude. You walk around, people look at you, wow, what do you do? I'm in coffee business. Wow, what kind of a coffee? Has it transformed you? Yes. What it has done with you? It's not only coffee. It's actually you. Some of the best principles of adding value to your life. I go to a company, it's an engineering company, and you will be surprised, they produce about 7,000 to 10,000 refrigerators every day. And their chief executive, the factory manager, is hardly about 33 years of age. I said, how did you acquire this in your life? I'm a trainer for that company. He said, sir, I don't know, but somebody told me someday in my life that if you want to capture this life, you must get up at least 1 hour before you start of the day. The single habit of getting up early in the morning can do miracles in your life if you are willing to do it. He says, I have not yet realized. I'm telling you the secrets of success people you have seen here. Probably they have not mentioned, but it must be a part of their lives too. Just do one habit and you see what it does to you. It will be very tiring. You'll have to fight with yourself. But if you do it for 21 days, you will see that it will become a part of you. So regularity and sustainability is very important. You must be locked on to improving yourself. DXN will follow. DXN has so much of efficacy everybody was talking about. You don't have to prove to anybody. The product is going to prove. But you have to prove to yourself. You have to prove to yourself that I am worthy of DXN. DXN is already worthy. I am worthy of DXN. When I walk around, it is DXN. When I talk, it is DXN. When I meet people, it's DXN. This is what DXN is. Even if you are unable to sell DXN, at least your life will improve out of it. You still have an advantage, don't you? This is what happens. The day you look after yourself, everything gets in place. Everything small matters, starting from the right from the morning. Remember, somebody talked here about Dale Carnegie also. I think Dr. Vashupal gave, his tributes to Dale Carnegie and Andrew Carnegie. It is their research, remember, 85% of your financial success is due to your personality, your ability to communicate, your ability to basically negotiate, and your ability to lead. And we have seen that. So many people in DXN. It's a research they have done. Shockingly, only 15% is due to technical knowledge. All of us have thrown our technical knowledge. I have thrown my technical knowledge on the side. I'm an aeronautical engineer. I've been maintaining aircraft and leading aircraft organization for 20 years plus. And good about 20 years I've been training. But I like what I'm doing now. I train people to become good individuals. I train people, organizations, how to improve their organization by improving each individual. And I'm going to tell you why it happens. Why do we do what we do? Okay. Why are we here in these kind of talks? Jahanara, can you tell me why are we here in these kind of talks? For learning. Ma'am, can I ask you, what is learning?
Learning is something what you learn from somebody, the knowledge we get from something. Now, if I want an idea from, suppose from the Professor Vaswal, I'm asking something from him, I'm learning.
I'm sorry, ma'am, you're not learning. Why are we here? You know, Dr. Hassan Khatri was all the time saying, why? And we have not given a why to this, what we are doing here. Why are you here?
Learning is everything in you that I
Okay,
know today.
I think all of you, right? But I'll give you, yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Vashma.
Learning is knowing things which you don't know.
That's okay, but I'm going to add something more to this. I'm going to add something more to this. Where learning occurs the way people start interacting and associating with themselves. This is a concept of association. This is known as, we call it as connect. Most of us speak. There's no connect. They connect in a, yes sir, me sir. So they want to share, and there the learning occurs. I'll tell you how learning occurs. So best definition I have for learning is, anything which cannot be converted into your behavior change is not a learning. It's a waste of time. So they say it is the change in behavior. It is due to knowledge or interaction with some people. They are the only two ways. It must translate into the easiness of what you have been doing the way you have been doing before. If it has not brought that change, maybe a single change. And that we call it as sadqa-e-jariyah. Unless you can bring a change into the mindset of the people, these training sessions at times they get of no worth. Somebody is stretching his leg. This is training? This is no training. Training is your eyes should be wide open. You should smile. I'll tell you how it occurs. You know what are the PEDs? PEDS?